carbon monoxide alarm. I think the battery's dead. Hey, so I made it to the boat and it was a one-way trip. I plan to take the boat from Anacortes, Washington, down out through the Strait of Juan de Fuca, along the coast of Washington State, and to Astoria, just inside the Columbia River there. That will get the boat a little bit closer to home for me. And also, when it's in Astoria, there is a do-it-yourself yard just across the mouth of the river there. I've been traveling for nearly 12 hours straight, and so I'm a little worn out. I've got a few chores to do between tonight and tomorrow morning. One of them is to take some of the oil out of the engine because I overfilled it by a little bit. I've got to fuel up, and I've got to buy a bunch of groceries and ice and so forth, but pretty basic stuff. It looks like I've got a windless morning to start my day. Anyways, I'm excited. I am a little anxious about it. I'm doing this solo, and you know, I don't know what it's going to be like. Well, I've been up for about 3.5 hours already. It's about 8:30 or so a.m. and I went shopping, provision, got some breakfast for myself, hit the hardware store, organized, and I'm basically getting ready to go. Started the engine, it's running, it's fine. I go to do other chores and the engine quits, and now it won't start. I suspect because I messed with the fuel, maybe I didn't bleed it well enough, so I'm gonna go through that process. Well, the engine's up and running, you can hear that, but now the tachometer doesn't work. It didn't take me too long to get the engine bled. That's what it was. I just had to go through from the Raycore filter to the primary filter on the engine through to the high pressure fuel pump. Bled all that out, took me maybe 15 minutes or something like that, and it's running just fine. I really wish I could figure out that tach cable though. I'll look at that. I don't have much of a cruise today anyway, so maybe I'll do that at anchor tonight. On my way. We're basically heading due west now, maybe just west-northwest across this channel, and then we'll head south, and we're going to have a little bit more motoring because our destination really is just directly upwind. So well, I'm motoring again, and that's my destination right up there. Well, I hooked up to an anchor. It's not true. I hooked up to a mooring ball here. I'm going to adjust that and put a different rope around it. Last time I used my dock lines, they got pretty well chafed on a mooring ball ring, so I'm going to come up with something else. Use a short piece of something maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good trip. I'm glad I got to be able to sail a little bit. I'm going to you know, connect this up so I'm proper here on this ring, and then I will get some lunch, and I've got to get over the side and clean the bottom of the boat. This is where I am. We're expecting southwesterlies tonight to come up, probably better than 20 knots, so this would be a pretty good place, although we got some winds funneling down in, but it should be okay. I have been toting around this old anchor line, which has got to be, what is this, probably 9/16. I'm going to cut off about 20 some odd feet of this and make this, and then I've got this fire hose that I'll throw around that and see if that can help mitigate any chafe on this. But anyway, so I got my bag out. We'll go ahead and take care of this, cut it up, whip the ends, and then take that, replace that dock line with this here. So I got my wetsuit on. I'm gonna head off and jump over the side and see if I can clean this bottom a little bit. Clean the prop up a little bit too. So it's a beautiful day, late in the afternoon. It's gonna be, hopefully it won't be too chilly. We'll see. Let me show you what we got. Well, it's not perfect. Like I said, this thing really needs some new paint, but I'll show you. Okay, well, I got that bottom clean. I don't know if you saw or not. I'm not sure if that video came out, so I don't know if I showed it, but there are these, it's all just this soft growth on the bottom, and even with a relatively stiff brush, that really didn't want to come off. So the bottom is a lot cleaner, but it's not perfect. And of course, in using the brush, I swept away a lot of what was left of the anti-foul. So that's definitely an issue, but here I think before the end of the season I'll try to haul the boat out to get the bottom redone completely, among other things. But it took me, that's 25-foot boat, 19-foot water line. It took me maybe an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Not too terribly long. But I'm gonna make some dinner and I don't know, kill a little bit of time, maybe do some reading, and then get some sleep. Good morning. Sun is peeking out. It's time to get some breakfast, check the weather a little bit more, and get prepared to make the long day's journey. Yeah, it's about 10 till 5 till 7, and look, the tachometer's back. So that's pretty cool. We got a beautiful day. We should get some stronger winds this afternoon, but you know, with the tides and such, we should make some pretty good time. But look what we got in front of us here. We got some rollers. Fender off the back. Stupid enough just to leave them kind of on the rail there. The other one, the second one was about to go, but so I got 2 left. I got several actually, but it's too bad. It's basically littering. Hopefully someone picks it up and makes good use of it. But things have calmed down a little bit. not tremendously. Still have that wind against tide. But I feel better about using the tiller pilot now. Woo! See? Calm. I'm in the middle of a traffic separation system, so I gotta keep an eye out. This is where all the shipping traffic would be, but it seems clear right now. I'm about in the middle of it, so maybe another half hour or so I'll be back out of it. Still moving along. We've got much better water conditions now. I'm gonna have a look. I'm not bouncing around nearly so much, and I'm not nearly so green as I was. I had a little bit to eat, which is good, and we're making pretty good progress. I think this whole trip we've averaged better than 5 knots, and we are, I mean, we're another hour out or so. I love how the mountains appear above the fog bank over there. Guy was just anchored, and out of the blue just pulled up his anchor and started going. All right, so I'm taking a little detour. I made it. I'm worn out, a lot of adrenaline all day long, but now I am at the public dock in Port Townsend. I'm sorry, in Port Angeles. I went down to the boat haven a little farther west from here. It's crabbing season, they're all booked up, but apparently this is a public dock. A few people know about it, I suspect. A few people want to use it because it's rocking and rolling, but it's here, and I think it's 20 bucks a night. So instead of anchoring out, I could anchor out over here. It's shallow enough, obviously there's no one there, but the wind is pushing me onto that shore, that rocky shore. After today, it's nice just to pay the 20 bucks and spend the night at the pier, and then go get some, go have a beer and a burger or something. Hey, good morning. It's Saturday morning, about 8:45 a.m. I was going to take a day yesterday and stay in Port Angeles, but I'm just too antsy. I want to keep moving, and so I'm off. I'm motoring back into the wind, but this time at least along the coast, and closer to the coast, and I'm going up to Clallam Bay. So I suspect maybe based on yesterday, maybe 8 hours, 7 hours, something like that. I am going to the wind, but I am catching the outgoing tide. I'm a little bit late, so that may not work for me for too long, but I've got the fuel tank, the main tank, topped off with the fuel I have. I checked the oil, and I had to add 300 milliliters of oil to top off the crankcase. But that's done. The engine's working well. No drips this morning. The tachometer is working. And while we do have some seas, or with the wind, you know, a little bit of, it's not flat calm, but at least it's not like yesterday so far. It's a really lovely coastline. I wish I could zoom in for you. The seas have really calmed down. I think I'm behind a little bit of a, what do you call the head? I don't know. I don't know, but the seas have definitely subsided to some extent. which is nice. I'm eating a little bit. I'm just trying to eat a little bit more consistently today. Yesterday I was feeling pretty green. Just had an apple, and that seemed to help quite a bit actually. So this leg is about 40 nautical miles, I believe, give or take, maybe a little less than that, 38, something like that. And we right now we seem to be going along. I don't know. We'll say average between 5 and 6 knots. We'll call it 5.5, which is pretty good. So I'm thinking 7 or 8 hours. We've got the tides are with us now, and they will continue this way for another hour and a half or so. You don't want to hit that thing. Just relaxing, listening to the calls on the radio. Let the tiller pilot do all the work. Anything coming? Well, I finally have some company on this trip. We got the U.S. Coast Guard over here shadowing me. I wonder if they're gonna come and say hello. Well, the Coast Guard shadowed me for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or something, 5-10 minutes, and now they're just headed off. I guess I thought they were maybe gonna board, you know, come over and say hello, but these seas kind of suck. I'm glad they didn't. Oh yeah, no, they just put a launch in. Huh. I think they may be coming over. Yeah, I think they're definitely coming over. That's interesting that they bore away, or they bared off before launching their dinghy. But anyways, I'll go ahead and tend to these guys and see what's going on here. So this guy just came out. And I think because the small boat and the seas, they didn't want to board, but they wanted me to pass to them my boat's documentation and my ID, and I was getting that stuff ready, and when I came back out of the cabin to provide it to them, they said no, don't bother, and they just wanted to get my name and my date of birth. They said they wanted my phone number too, but then they didn't actually ask for it. So, but anyways, that's it. They're gonna go back to their cutter, I guess, and head on over. But nice. It was like 6 guys or something like that. You know, no worries. And we continue on. Whew. Well, I just pulled in to put the anchor down. I decided to abbreviate the trip to Clallam Bay because there was just too much wind. I was making too little progress. It's only another 8 nautical miles up the way, a little bit more than 8 nautical miles, but it's around this headland that there's just a lot of wind going around it. It's getting out about 5 p.m. Not a big deal, but I don't think that that bay would offer any real protection. Now this one's not much better, or not. It's not great, but I'm in about 9 feet of water. You know, at least I don't have crazy swells coming through. I do wish I had a riding sail. actually, because the boat turns here and there, and it presents its broadside to the what swell there is, what waves there are, and that's kind of uncomfortable. Nice riding sail on the stern end of the boat would make a big difference. But anyways, I'm just tired. It's another couple of hours. It would have been more than a couple hours, but it would have been more like 3 or 3.5, even maybe more, to get up there, and I just didn't see the need, so I took this opportunity. I've got 10-to-1 scope out on the anchor. I'm anchored in sand. Anyways, seems to be holding okay. I backed down on it and so forth, and so I'll give you a view of what's around here. That's looking east, and you got this lee shore, which I'm not real happy about, but it's not blowing too hard. And then looking westerly, I'd like to get closer to that shore to get out of this wind, but it's very, very shallow. Any closer and I'd be in, it's virtually just a few feet deep, maybe a couple hundred yards from here. And this is the headland that I wish I could have more protection from, but again, it's so shallow over there I can't get any closer to it. So hopefully I can relax here a little bit. I don't know, every once in a while a wave comes through that's kind of jolting. The wind is supposed to back off basically from now through early in the morning, getting down into the low single digits in the first light and so forth. So that's gonna be welcome. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some food and relax a little bit if I can, get some sleep, nap, whatever. But I'll be back at it tomorrow. This is my view for the night. This is not a quiet anchorage.